It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso. You are just in time because we have our movie guru, JP Sebastian, in studio. We are talking awards season, and I think the big question to ask is, with the world being the way it is, I feel like there weren't many movies released last year in terms of big red carpet events. But the award season is upon us. How are they doing things differently this year?
How many interviews must they have been held with famous people in their pajama pants that we just didn't see? So last year, there were 450 movies released that can be put in a chart. We were putting aside like really amateurish and like tiny stuff and whatever in the United States. South Africa's a bit of a different story. But since these awards are all based in the United States largely, last year 450, year before, America was doing over 900 movies.
Sure, so just to give you a bit of a comparison.
And also like the fact that what does this do to quality? What does this do to picking? Some people were putting out stuff that they knew were going to suffer, so they went, oh, it was the pandemic that did it. It wasn't the fact that our movie was bad or something like that. And then some maybe saw the light of day, that they got a shot when all the major ones get pushed into, 2021. So let's have a look at what the pickings were and how these two awards ceremonies, Golden Globes, which will be the 28th of Feb, and SAGs, which will be in the 4th of April.
Okay, so they're nice and close to each other. So we're going to take a look at the nominations coming.
I know the year feels very condensed, but that's not very close. But 60 days, sorry.
For me, that's close, but they're not. Okay, so
high
let's take a look. We are going to look at the first one, supporting actor nominees.
Yes, and specifically for the Golden Globe. So, reading the names out to you: Sacha Baron Cohen for The Trial of the Chicago 7, Daniel Kaluuya, Judas and the Black Messiah, which South Africa gets in March, Jared Leto for The Little Things, Bill Murray for On the Rocks, and Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami. Previously, Sacha Baron Cohen won for Borat in 2007.
I don't think he can ever shake that Borat character.
It's maybe not a bad character, because we'll see if it does the numbers in these when I talk about them a bit later. Who knows? Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah. Actually, the only nomination for this movie, which looks large. It looks gigantic. It's got Lakeith Stanfield. It's got big names behind it, and it's a serious story, especially around the time of like Black Lives Matter and stuff like that. No hope possibly for that movie, who knows? However, for the Screen Actors Guild, pretty much the same set. The only thing that has changed is that Bill Murray is maybe too old hat for some people. Great actor, of course, but he knows when he's just been paid to be Bill Murray, and so he's fallen out of the Screen Actors Guild.
Okay.
And Chadwick Boseman has replaced him with Da 5 Bloods. That is the only consideration for Da 5 Bloods, famous on that large streaming service I can't mention, of course. Yeah, Chadwick Boseman, posthumous award, possibly. Who knows? This group, who does it belong to?
A beautiful tribute.
Such a talented actor, shocking. And not just Da 5 Bloods, we'll see that he might be nominated for something else later. Okay. But let's move on.
Let's move on. Let's take a look at the females. Best Supporting Actresses.
In the Golden Globes. Glenn Close, Hillbilly Elegy, which a lot of fans, like diehards of Glenn Close, were aghast that she was given this kind of character. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. See for yourself.
What do you think of Glenn Close's character here resembling Mrs. Doubtfire a bit?
I'm sure that was the thrust, maybe a latent tribute to Robin Williams, no doubt. But previously he won for The Wife, that was in 2019. What a strange observation, so you've thrown my brain for a loop. Olivia Colman, who won for The Favourite a while back. It looks amazing in The Father. Really surprised by Jodie Foster for The Mauritanian, even though she's immaculate in it. Sometimes the movie isn't strong enough to carry the actor, and not the other way around, but she was really good in it. And Amanda Seyfried for Mank, and 12-year-old Helena Zengel for News of the World. No chance, obviously, of winning because being a barbecue, but they're like, hey, give it 20 years.
She got nominated. She's now a Golden Globe nominee.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look at the SAG Best Supporting Actresses.
Borat makes its first appearance. Maria Bakalova, who magically tricked Rudy Giuliani, although I don't know how much tricking that takes with the whole conspiracy nonsense that he buys. Glenn Close, again, for Hillbilly Elegy, so maybe it's better than some people think. Who knows? Some critics were panning, not her, but the movie itself. Olivia Colman, again, such a magnificent actress who was like a first-time Oscar nominee and first-time Oscar winner for The Favourite, and Yoon Ye-jung for Minari, a movie that is under-nominated for actors, and again, the 12-year-old Yoon Ye-jung, by the way, first-time nomination at 73, and first-time nomination for 12-year-old Helena Zengel for News of the World. So,
see, that's impressive. They're adding a little bit of age diversity.
Yeah, age diversity is probably the best we can shoot for there. But actually, the sort of the demographics, race, and age do improve a bit bit this year, but we'll talk about that a bit more later, maybe.
Okay, fantastic. Well, JP Sebastian's not going anywhere. We continue to look at the different nominees that's been released for the SAGs as well as the Golden Globes. So stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show. More coming with JP shortly.